It is bring the unpleasant onto the path. Of course, it is the greater path, and any kind of unpleasant circumstances bring into the positive, and the path of the liberation is great. The verses goes like this. If someone saying all sort of unpleasant things about us and broadcast them to the 3,000-fold word to speak of his qualities in return with loving kindness, this is the Bodhisattva's practice. Like this kind of the training mind, it is the extraordinary. Here is saying, it's like a kind of someone's criticize, maybe say bad things, sort of unpleasant thinking about us. Maybe all the time is taking or the digging out our secret defects and saying like but such and such our like faults, mistake and wrong things. Of course, even we have wrong or doing mistake, defects, maybe they do, it's the good, but maybe even there is nothing. And also broadcasters to telling to the informations, saying this like this person is bad and this kind of ugly, this kind of and that kind of two sayings, broadcast is too large, how they can do. Even the 3,000-fold is like words. 3,000-fold of the word is like kind of great, universal. And like 3,000-fold is it. And we can do counting this universal word, 1, 2, 3, 10,000 is the first 1,000-folder. And when we are counting that one is 1, 2, 3, 1,000, the second 1,000-fold. And then that one is calculated to the 1,000, the third 1,000-fold. That we call the 3,000-folder of the word. That is the pure land of the Buddha Shakyamunis. And that is like our large word. And of course, if we talk to the science, they say they are laughing, they can't see this. 3,000-4,000 word, where is the existence? But sometimes the house microscope is quite too large or too small. It's difficult to see the mountain mirror. And sometimes it's like holiness also is like all the time size of the science. I don't believe the mountain mirrors and 1,000 folders. But do you believe the huge galaxies in the world? And that is maybe some in the corner of our universal. In the galaxies, there are the countless solar systems and countless the universes. This is the our like galaxies. And maybe in the huge, this and the 1,000, like 3,000 folder in this world, this kind of galaxies maybe is the billions. Then it's like unimaginable our reality worlds. For example, some galaxies, there's a small galaxies, the big galaxy, and the galaxy is like kind of life, force, life, air, and the keeper of the life, and the giver of the life, the alarm clock of our mind, of the grow up everything. And therefore, even if you can to look at the small galaxy, maybe the part of in the fingers, inside there are countless small galaxies. Without galaxies, then it's these cells, atoms, particles collapsed. And if you look at this microscope through them, small things, each atoms, each like these cells, each cell has universal boss, service, and like a kind of there are like an army, generals, just small cells has numbers of the surrounded. And this is like a kind of keeping this alive. Each particles, it has galaxies turning around to keep it alive. And then is each cell in our bodies How many galaxies? We don't know. Countless. But this is a small. In this house, maybe there are middle galaxies. And huge galaxy and huge galaxies, extraordinary galaxies carrying the countless solar systems turning around. So maybe small galaxies, our universe, sun and moon, stars is turning on. This is our solar system. Then another galaxy holding the galaxies. And therefore, 3,000-fold of the world is the inconceivable. I think someone cannot broadcast our defect things through the 3,000-fold of 1,000-fold of the world. Impossible. But only imagine that if this person to do this broadcast our defects or our like kind of criticism, they can do. Speak of these qualities in return. Which kind of you need to return the retaliations. It is like a kind of talking about this person's qualities. And sometimes say, yeah, they criticize to me, but maybe if they quoting the criticisms, may they never get some negative things. Maybe for me, it's a criticize, it's best. One, for example, Patrul, which is a book, it says to prayer and to criticize better than the criticize it. Criticize is like kind of God of the God or the Buddhas. Why? Criticize kind of digging out to showing our defects. And certainly someone is like telling to our own defect and then say, maybe it's true, that is my defect. And we recognize our defects and we change our defect. We become the authentic, we become the genuine, we become the holiness. And if someone's all the time is flatteringly to say, you are good, you are excellent, all the time praise to us, maybe it is like kind of demons, because then it's like we become very arrogant and proud, and then it's like difficult to see their own defect. And on the Patrul Rinpoche's books, a lot of he says, lamas like this, or I'm this and that kind of reincarnation, and this kind of like positions. Or people look respect to me, people look and prostrate to me. I'm sure in the enlightenment, that is very arrogant, very proud, they never see their own secret defects. And like this is like to say, and someone's to get the high position, someone says a little bit says like good, maybe it is a flattery, Flattery is not inside, it's like a hatred, but outside is smiling. Yes, you are so good, looks like croissant. Then I think it's yes, I'm really best croissant. Inside I can eat you. And but then it's like become more like this is very much poison. Not very good for our reality in the Buddhist practice, Bodhisattva's practice, because it's making more increase in negative emotions, proud, arrogance. If someone's directly to digging out our like secret defect, and then it's we should to happy. Thanks. It's like a kind of digging out my defects. Therefore, sometimes when we follow the truth, utterly, honestly, follow the spiritual friend. Qualified spiritual friend, we have faith, we have devotion, we completely trust, and then this spiritual friend is really digging out our secret defects. We cannot do nothing, Sometimes we are very angry. I'm not like this person, but we are constantly, I can't look at ourselves. Maybe it's this like this. Sometimes we say when we are in the universities, some great teachers, teaching times, there are maybe hundreds students, but some teachings are coming direct to the individual self. We say it's like this, I don't understand, this person's all the time telling my secret defects things. And that is like all the pity instructions direct to in our secret defect. Then it's like digging out. Then afterwards, a little bit concerning. yes, this kind of negative emotion, this kind of defect, this kind of negative behaviors, then it's like to change. The spiritual friend is to say, you have this and that, should to change. And like this. If we change, it's our benefit. If we don't change, our like doing bad things for ourselves. Maybe we change is not much benefit for the spiritual friend. And even we become enlightenment, maybe spiritual friend is not yet enlightenment. Maybe it's which kind of benefit. But it's like a spiritual friend that has such a compassion concerning the student situations. And of course, students become like enlightenment, very great happiness. Like for example, Shantadeva, he says, my enlightenment happiness is happiness of the other sentient beings. One is some sentient beings happy, then that is my enlightenment happiness. And myself of the Shantadeva, he said this, I'm never concerned with something suffering or the happiness. Like this. And therefore, and someone is like to criticize and saying is like sort of the unpleasant things and broadcasted to all our environment, not need to 3,000 to 4 of the world. And in this perspective, these negative circumstances bring into our path, and to talking about this duous qualities return, such, and this is a loving kindness, and that is the path of the Bodhisattvas. And maybe we can just 5 minutes, you just stress your nose, okay? What? Oh, sorry, okay. I want to